Our planet is a place of constant change, where oceans have witnessed humanity's greatest adventures and tragedies. We know tales of ships lost to the waves, but what about those that vanish at sea and reappear, impossibly, in the heart of deserts? Rusted hulls baking under relentless sun, these are not legends but colossal monuments to journeys we can barely comprehend. Ghosts of the ocean marooned in a sea of sand. How did these massive vessels built for the waves end up stranded hundreds of miles from any ocean? Join me as we trace the incredible voyages of these maritime phantoms, exploring the forces of nature and fate that transported them from water to desert. The stories of these shipwrecks are stranger than fiction. Our first tale begins in the Arctic, a realm of stark beauty and unforgiving conditions. It's a place where legends are born and mysteries linger, shrouded in ice and snow. Here we encounter the story of the SS Baichimo, a steam-powered cargo vessel, a workhorse of the seas during her time. In 1931 she met her match when she was ensnared, becoming hopelessly trapped by the relentless grip of the Arctic ice. Facing dwindling supplies and the ever-present threat of the crushing ice, the crew made the difficult decision to abandon her, fully expecting the ship to succumb to the elements, to be crushed and lost beneath the unforgiving ice. But the Baichimo, it seemed, had other plans. Against all odds, she broke free from her icy prison and vanished into the swirling mists, beginning a legend that would echo through the decades. For decades, the Baichimo became a phantom, drifting silently through the Arctic waters, occasionally sighted by surprised hunters and intrepid explorers, always managing to elude capture, as if guided by an unseen hand. Attempts to board her, to claim her, or to salvage her cargo all failed. The Baichimo seemed to possess a will of her own, a defiance that defied explanation. She became the Arctic's most famous ghost ship, a chilling reminder of the power of nature and the mysteries it holds. Appearing and disappearing at will, she became a legend whispered among those who dared to venture into the frozen north. Each winter brought relentless storms that battered her relentlessly, yet somehow, against all odds, she sailed on, seemingly immune to the ravages of time and the elements. A haunting silhouette against the stark white canvas of the Arctic ice, a lonely sentinel in a frozen world. The last confirmed sighting, the last time anyone laid eyes on this spectral vessel, was in 1969 when she was spotted frozen fast off the icy coast of Alaska. After that, the Baichimo vanished once more, disappearing for good into the vast expanse of the Arctic. Some legends whisper that a particularly violent storm finally drove her ashore, carrying her far inland, transforming her into a shipwreck stranded in a desolate desert of ice. Driven by the enduring mystery, the Alaskan government even launched a dedicated search expedition in 2006, hoping to finally uncover her fate, but her final resting place remains shrouded in mystery, a secret the Arctic refuses to relinquish. The Baichimo's story is more than just a tale of a lost ship. It's a testament to resilience and a stark reminder of the unpredictable and often overwhelming power of nature. She is a symbol of defiance against the odds, a ship that seemed to belong to the Arctic itself, forever bound to its icy embrace. Her legend endures, passed down through generations, a ghost ship forever wandering the frozen wilderness, a phantom vessel in a land of ice and snow. Was she finally and irrevocably claimed by the crushing embrace of the ice, or does she rest silently somewhere on the vast windswept tundra, a steel riddle half buried in the snow, waiting to be discovered? The Baichimo's fate remains one of the Arctic's greatest and most captivating unsolved mysteries, a puzzle that continues to intrigue and inspire. She reminds us that even in this modern age of steel and technology, it is ultimately nature that writes the final chapter, dictating the fate of even the most resilient creations. The Arctic keeps its secrets well, guarding them jealously beneath layers of ice and snow. And the Baichimo, the phantom of the Arctic, is destined to remain one of its most enduring and enigmatic secrets. We move to the skeleton coast of Namibia, a place of stark beauty and unforgiving conditions, where the desert meets the Atlantic in a graveyard of ships, a testament to the ocean's power and the coast's treacherous nature. Here lies the Eduard Bolin, a spectral presence in this desolate landscape. She was once a proud German cargo ship, but she met her fate when she stranded in 1909. A thick fog, a common hazard in these waters, disoriented the crew and led her aground, sealing her fate. The relentless sea with its powerful waves pushed her further and further onto the shore, and any attempts at salvage proved utterly impossible. The crew thankfully was rescued, but the ship, now damaged and vulnerable, was abandoned to the mercy of the elements. Over the decades that followed, the relentless Namib Desert began its slow but inexorable advance. The shifting sands pushed the shoreline further away, gradually burying the Bolin in its embrace, claiming her for the desert. What was once a proud vessel stranded at the water's edge, a victim of the sea, is now a surreal and haunting sight, a rusted skeleton half buried in the sand, a ghost of its former self. It stands over a quarter-mile from the ocean, a stark reminder of the desert's relentless encroachment. The silence here is profound, broken only by the mournful whisper of the wind as it whistles through the decaying superstructure. The Bolin is a tangible link to a past era, a relic left to the slow, agonizing erosion of sand, sun, and time itself. She is far more than just a shipwreck. She's a geological marker, a stark and dramatic proof that landscapes are in a constant state of flux, always changing, always evolving. The desert has relentlessly claimed her, transforming her into a haunting monument to the passage of time and the overwhelming power of nature. Visiting the wreck today is an undeniably eerie experience, a powerful reminder of how the relentless forces of the sea and the shifting sands can conspire to reshape history itself. The Edward Bolin stands as a testament to the patient, unwavering force of the desert, a force that can swallow even the largest of vessels. She is, in a way, a ship forever sailing on an endless ocean of sand, a surreal and captivating image. Her story is not just one of disaster and misfortune, but also a story of transformation and adaptation. The Skeleton Coast, with its treacherous currents and hidden dangers, holds countless secrets, and the Edward Bolin remains one of its most haunting and enduring tales. Here, on this desolate stretch of coastline, the very line between the sea and the desert is perpetually blurred, a shifting boundary in a constant state of change. And the Edward Bolin stands as its silent, rusted witness, a sentinel in the sand. Not far from the Bolin lies another victim, the MV Dunedin Star, a British cargo liner beached in 1942 after striking an underwater obstruction. The captain grounded her on the Skeleton Coast to save lives, beginning a harrowing rescue. Survivors endured weeks in one of the world's harshest environments before being saved. The Dunedin Star, however, was left to the desert. The Atlantic surf and desert winds broke and buried her, scattering her remains beneath shifting dunes. Today, only fragments of her steel skeleton protrude from the sand, a ghost slowly erased by nature. Her story is a reminder of how even the mightiest creations are ephemeral against geological time. The Dunedin Star is not just a shipwreck, she is becoming the desert itself. Her journey from sea to sand is nearly complete, only rusting fragments resist their sandy grave. Her memory lingers as a testament to survival and surrender. We move to Central Asia, to the Aral Sea, a man-made desert where ships were stranded not by storms, but by human ambition. Once the world's fourth largest lake, the Aral Sea was drained by Soviet irrigation projects in the 1960s. The water receded, leaving fishing fleets high and dry, their harbors stranded miles from the shrinking shoreline. The exposed seabed became the toxic Aral Sea Desert, littered with rusting ships. This is not a single wreck, but a graveyard. Dozens of vessels abandoned as the sea vanished. Their hulls blister in the sun, surrounded by silence and drifting sand. Camels now wander among the wrecks, a surreal reminder of the lost sea. These ships are monuments to a vanished ecosystem and a lost way of life. They were not wrecked by nature, but by human hands. The Aral Sea graveyard is a powerful lesson in how quickly landscapes can change. Here the sea left the ships behind, turning their world into desert. Each vessel is a tombstone for a dead sea, a silent witness to ecological tragedy. The Aral ships are perhaps the most poignant desert shipwrecks of all. Now to Fraser Island, Australia, where the SS Mahino, once a luxury liner and wartime hospital ship, met her final fate. In 1935, stripped for scrap and undertow, the Mahino was caught in a cyclone. The towline snapped and the powerless ship drifted for days before being beached by the storm. Her skeleton crew survived, but the Mahino was stranded, her keel buried deep in the sand. Attempts to refloat her failed. She became a permanent fixture on the island's sweeping beach. Over decades, salt and wind have reduced her to a rusted, skeletal ruin. The Mahino is now a beloved landmark, a photographer's dream against the Pacific backdrop. She escaped the scrapyard only to be claimed by the sand. Her story is a reminder of nature's power to divert human plans. The Mahino stands as a monument to beauty, loss, and transformation. She is a prisoner of the sand, her journey ended not at sea but on an island shore. Each tide and storm etches her further into the landscape. The Mahino's rusting hull tells a story of resilience and surrender. She is a shipwreck made iconic by her final resting place. On Fraser Island, the Mahino is both memory and mystery. In a secluded cove on Zakynthos, Greece, lies the MV Panayotis, centerpiece of the famous Shipwreck beach. Unlike grand liners, the Panayotis was a small coaster, rumored to be a smuggler's ship carrying contraband in 1980. Pursued by the Greek navy and caught in a storm, she ran aground in the cove. The crew fled, leaving the ship and its cargo behind. Over time, sand built up around the wreck, making it seem to grow from the beach itself. The Panayotis is now a world-famous tourist attraction, her rusted hull contrasting with turquoise water and white cliffs. She is not battered by surf, but stranded in calm, a permanent fixture of the sandy enclave. Her story of crime and misadventure has become iconic, transforming the cove's identity. The Panayotis is proof that even failed ventures can become legends in the right setting. Our final story shifts from the ocean depths to the vast expanse of the desert. It's not of a ship, but a plane, a tale of misadventure and tragic fate. The Lady Be Good, a B-24 bomber, a relic of the Second World War, found in the desolate Libyan desert in 1959. Discovered almost unbelievably intact, she had vanished without a trace 16 years earlier during Watu, her crew presumed lost, their fate unknown. Investigation revealed a critical navigational error, a miscalculation that would seal their fate. The crew tragically overshot their intended base, straying far off course. They bailed out over the unforgiving desert, hoping for rescue. But instead they perished in a desperate, agonizing trek for survival, succumbing to the elements. The Lady Be Good, eerily, flew on autopilot for miles before making a controlled belly landing, remarkably preserved by the incredibly dry desert air. The haunting diaries found with the remains of the crew told a heartbreaking tale of unimaginable endurance against impossible odds and ultimate loss. The bomber became a poignant time capsule, frozen in time, a ghost ship of the sky, tragically lost in an endless ocean of sand. Her unexpected discovery solved one enduring mystery but chillingly revealed another, the tragic, heartbreaking fate of her brave crew. The Lady Be Good serves as a stark reminder that deserts preserve history with an eerie, almost unsettling perfection. She did not sail from sea to sand but descended from sky to sand, ultimately claimed by the desert's silent, unforgiving embrace. Her story stands as a haunting finale to our journey through lost vessels. The desert tenaciously holds onto its secrets, whether they be of lost ships or ill-fated planes. The Lady Be Good remains a vessel tragically lost to time, her poignant memory forever etched in the endless shifting sand. She is a shipwreck of the sky, a final haunting echo resonating in the vast desert. The sands remember and silently guard what the world often forgets. From Arctic ice to African sands and vanished seas, these shipwrecks are as varied as the landscapes that claimed them. They are not just rusting metal, but silent storytellers, paradoxes that challenge our perception of the world. Each wreck holds a unique legacy, a testament to nature's power and human ambition. Which of these desert shipwrecks fascinated you most? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this journey, like and subscribe for more explorations of our world.